And just hours ago, Mecklenburg County commissioners took a step forward in getting their budget passed. Commissioners passed a straw vote with a final one that's scheduled for next week.
It includes a proposed property tax increase that could leave you asking, where's the money? WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay joins us live at the Government Center in Uptown. Julie, despite it being passed, not everyone was on board with every part of the budget.
Yeah, two commissioners were really hesitant about voting in favor of a tax increase at all. This budget would include just under a 1-cent property tax, something they say they can't explain to their residents.
A $2.5 billion budget still facing big hurdles. Mecklenburg County is handling the difficult task of overcoming a $29 million deficit and a sales tax that isn't generating as much revenue as expected. A problem County Manager Dina DiOrio expects to be a recurring issue.
But I don't know that we anticipate any significant increases in sales tax in fiscal year 27, just like we didn't experience. We're not projecting them for FY 26. In addition to that, we know that construction has slowed, and so new growth on the property tax side, I think, is going to be fairly limited.
DiOrio built this budget with a 0.96-cent property tax increase, which would be about $36 per year for the average homeowner. That way, they can fund the full request from Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools, including a $28 million increase over last year's allocation.
Well, the community has repeatedly told us their number one priority is education. So whether you look at MEC Pre-K, whether you're looking at K-12 or CPCC, that's the number one priority.
But not everyone is on board with the tax hike.
The population of poor people is growing, and we're certainly not going to be able to do it by taxing our way out of this problem.
Commissioners Arthur Griffin Jr. and Vil Malik both expressing concerns.
So how do I say to my people, we're not supporting the taxes, because that's what they've said to me.
At the end, after some back and forth,
So that's unanimous, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioner Dunlap.
they voted to move it forward to their next meeting on June 3rd, where they expect to fully adopt a budget.
There are still cuts included, mostly to nonprofits. So coming up at 5, my conversation with Crisis Assistance Ministry about why their funding is important to the community. Live at the Government Center in Uptown, Julie Kay, WCNC Charlotte.
All right, Julie, thank you for that report.